How about now? Can you guys see now? I can see you, but can't hear you. I think no sound here. You're frozen, but here. Can you guys still no sound? Wait, yep, and have, oh, and you have sound, yes, yay! Woo! Thank God, man. I was like, it's always something. It's always something. Sweet, awesome. Thank you guys. Oh, thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so now another question for you. Before we start, and we'll start here in a second. Is this flip chart, can you read this, or is it backwards, or the letters backwards? If you'll just comment for me and let me know. I can see you now and hear you, but don't see you. Looks normal. Okay, looks normal. Okay, great. Awesome, because when I look at it in the through the camera, it's all backwards. And I did a Facebook Live one time talking about Facebook ads, and I used the flip chart, and I had the phone in selfie view, and everything was backwards. So, whew, okay, great. Let's get started. Let's get started with this. So, first of all, thanks for bearing with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I've got a lot of great information to share with you. As you all know, this is about Facebook groups, and I want to share a couple of stories with you real quick and tell you why I'm so big on Facebook groups. First of all, you know, most of you know that earlier this year that Facebook changed the algorithm. And what they've done is now on your Facebook business page, like what some people call your fan page, it's estimated that maybe 2 to 3% of your entire audience even sees your posts. So comment with yes if you make a post on your business page and maybe get like 2 or 3 likes and maybe like no comments and no shares or something like that. So just comment with yes if you've experienced that. You make a post to your business page and you get maybe like 2 likes and nobody shares it, nobody comments on it. Yep. Yeah, see, I experienced the exact same thing on my business page as well. As a matter of fact, I had another marketer who markets for chiropractors. He was kind of a douchebag. I'm not going to say who he is, but he went over on my Facebook page one day and he started going through all my posts and he started commenting with 1 like, 2 likes, 0 likes, 1 like. And at first I didn't know what he was doing. And then I ended up commenting. I'm like, what are you doing? And he responds back, for somebody who's supposed to be a marketer, you don't have many people really liking your stuff. And I'm just like, dude, that's because Facebook filters everything. It's like, it's nothing to do with the fact that whether I'm a good or bad marketer. It's just that Facebook filters it. And if people aren't turning on notifications on your page, if you're not instructing them to do that, 2 to 3% of people actually see your posts. And how are we supposed to make any kind of impact in the world and make chiropractic the #1 healthcare choice in the world if people aren't seeing our stuff? So what I ended up doing was creating a Facebook group. And what I noticed is that the engagement like tripled and quadrupled from what I had before. And this past December, and I just kind of like, I started the group and I wasn't really posting much stuff in it, just kind of here and there. And then I came across is a good friend of mine. His name is Mark, and Mark is really big in the cryptocurrency world. And he created a newsletter, and not to go off on a tangent on cryptocurrencies, but I just kind of want to give you a backstory here. He'd been investing in cryptocurrencies for a couple years, made quite a bit of money. I don't know how he's doing now with it, but since the markets have dropped, but made a lot of money in cryptocurrency and ended up putting together a newsletter. So he formed a team of people that go out and research the markets, the blockchains, and all this stuff. And then he puts out this newsletter, and it's $1,500 a year for the newsletter. And what he ended up doing was he ended up teaming up with an influencer, a guy who had a Facebook group that had a group of 80,000 people Now, this guy was a traditional stock market type of investor and nothing to do with cryptocurrencies. And Mark had built a friendship, a relationship with him, and said, hey, man, how many people in your group do you think would be interested in learning about cryptocurrencies? And the guy says, I don't know. Let's find out. Now, the thing about a group is that when you post in a group, like almost everybody sees it. Almost everybody gets a notification. If you'll comment right now with how many of you are in groups right now, like you belong to 1, 2, or 3, maybe more different groups, comment with yes if you're in a group right now. So I'll just kind of wait to see. Yes. Who else is in a group? Eric, Lauren, Charlie, Greg, Tyler. Wow, look at all those. Yeah, see, you're all in groups, right? You're all in communities. And when somebody posts inside those groups, how often do you get a notification when the admin of that group posts, or maybe even other members in that post? Does it seem like you get quite a bit of notifications saying, so like, you know, Dr. Jeffrey Langmaid made a post in Modern Chiropractic Marketing, or whatever groups you're in? Comment with yes if you get notifications when you post, or when somebody posts in a group. Nicole says yes. Rob, C. Is that Vasquez? Yes, yes. Too many. I just started going through and turning off notifications because too many, right? Yeah, and we're going to talk about that actually. Greg says yes. I'm in several. Yes. Matt McNabb says I'm in several. Yeah, me too. See, I'm in groups too, and I get these notifications. So this guy who's this traditional stock market investor says, I don't know, Mark, let's find out how many people in the group are interested. So what they did is he made a post and said, how many of you are interested in learning more about cryptocurrencies? Now, 80,000 people in the group, they had thousands of people comment and say, yes, I've been wanting to learn more about it. Yes, it's so confusing. I would love to learn more. Yes, I've been kind of checking into it myself and investigating, but I'm kind of lost. So like all these people were saying, yes, I would love to learn more about this. So what this guy did is that he knew there were still people in the group that had no desire for that at all, right? So he says to the group, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create another group. And this group is going to be just for people who are interested in cryptocurrency. So if you'd like to learn more about cryptocurrency, I have plans to bring an expert in, and we're going to do a Facebook Live series. And we're going to talk about this expert I'm going to bring in. His name's Mark. He's going to talk about cryptocurrencies, and he's going to educate you guys about the market so you can make better, have a better understanding of it and make better investments. So guess what happens? 20,000 people plus come from the big group to this smaller, 20,000 small group of people for cryptocurrency. 20,000 plus. So here's what Mark does. Him and this guy, they get together. They do a Facebook Live series. It's a 3-day event. And Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, they go live inside the group. And for 1 hour each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Mark teaches this audience of people, this captivated audience, about cryptocurrencies. At the end of the 3rd day, he says, hey guys, you've learned a ton over the last 3 days. And I know that a lot of you want to start investing. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I've put together a newsletter. I have a team of researchers. We go out and we look at the markets, and we have a newsletter we put out once a month, and we tell you what the best buys are, the blockchain history behind it, how much to invest, when to sell. We tell you all these things so you don't have to think about it. The newsletter is $1,500 a year. And I think I said that at the beginning. I don't know if I said $1,500 a month. If I did, it was $1,500 a year. $1,500 a year. Here's the link. Go buy it. So guess what happened? He did $1.3 million in sales inside of a Facebook group. And I was like, oh my God, Mark, that's insane. He's like, dude, I've never experienced anything like it. He's like, it was just crazy. He's like, it's the biggest launch we've ever done with the newsletter. So I decided I wanted to test this in my group. Now, I hadn't really been posting much in my group, you know, kind of here and there a little bit, but I had this audience of like 900 some odd people. And I decided to do a Facebook Live event at the end of end of December for my group specifically. So nobody else was going to see it. It was just going to be the people in my group. So I did a Facebook Live event and I talked about Facebook ads and what kind of ads to run and how to make run goodwill campaigns that provide tips and advice to people in the community suffering with different health conditions. And then after you've warmed your audience up, make an offer to them instead of promoting to a cold market. Well, I didn't do 1.3 million. That would have been really sweet. But I ended up doing $15,000 in sales inside of my Facebook group from a 1-hour Facebook Live event. So it got me thinking. I'm like, wow, you know, this could really work. So I started thinking to myself, how could we make this work in chiropractic? So I started thinking about my good buddy, and he may be on here tonight, Dr. Tabor Smith. He's one of my best friends. And Tabor, his wife belongs to a group called Crunchy Mamas. So for all the ladies on the webinar tonight, maybe some of the men too, how many of you, just type yes if you've heard of the group Crunchy Mamas? From my understanding, there are thousands and thousands of members in that group. Has anybody heard of that? Type yes or type no, just so I get a little action. I don't think so. Sebastian. Yes, Terry Crowder says yes. Hey, Dr. Terry, by the way, nice seeing you again there. Yes, no, no. Yeah, see, some of you have heard of it just from you. No, but part of a group just like it. Yeah, so we're getting, so we can see just from the chat that there's quite a few people. It's kind of a mixture, right? This group's pretty large. Now, this group is like a chiropractor's dream group. Unfortunately, it wasn't started by a chiropractor, but this is a group of moms that are basically into organic living, all things natural, health and wellness, not big into vaccinations. Like, I mean, the whole 9 yards, they're all about healthy living. And I started thinking like, okay, here we got this group, Crunchy Mamas. What if a chiropractor was to create a group for his local or her local community and name it something cool like that, where people in the community could kind of get behind it? And it would attract a certain type of clientele into the group. So I started reaching out to some of my clients and I started telling them like, hey, I think we should start a Facebook group for your community. And they were like, okay, why? And I explained why, and I shared some of the stories with them I just shared with you, and how Facebook is greatly filtering their business page posts, and how when they're in a person's in a group, almost everybody gets notified of a post, and we could see more engagement, and we could build a tribe of insanely loyal and raving fans. And so I started working with some clients and we started creating some groups like The Fix, My Family, My Mission, Indie Wellness Warriors, the Weekly Quest for Health, Holistic Lifestyle Family. So these were just some groups that I told them, I said, here's what we need to do. We need to start a group, but we don't want to name it after your chiropractic office. This is number one, so write this down. Do not name your group after your office. So it's not going to be Corrective Chiropractic or Life Source Chiropractic Group. It's not going to be that. You need to come up with a fun, cool name that and then write down a mission statement for the group. Like, what is this group for? What's it about? Why would people want to join your group? And then what you want to do is, once you've come up with a name, and it could be something like the Healthy Living Edge, like Dr. Steve Nagel just shot me that email last week or a message last week. This is what I'm going to call my group. He hasn't started it yet, but he's a personal client. I'm mentoring him, and we're going to be starting his group here in the next week or so. So the Healthy Living Edge, right? So we got this fun, cool name for the community. Now, what you want to do, as soon as you come up with a name, you want to create your group. So go to your Facebook, and you'll see a little button in there that says Create Group, and you want to create that group, and you want to get a cover photo made for your group. And what I strongly recommend is that you have a logo made just for your group. So where you can go over to, let me change markers here. You can go over to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and that is an outsourcing website that you can get things made pretty cheap over there. Now, the logos that I've had made for my personal groups and my business, I had them professionally made. They were like $500 a logo. You could do something like that. But for Fiverr, over at Fiverr, you can get a logo made for maybe 30 or 50 bucks. And you can hire somebody on there. You just go over there and type in logo, and you'll see all kinds of people in there that will have examples of their work, and you can go through and pick them. And heard something at the door. You can pick somebody and have them make a logo for you. And then what you want to do is you want to create a cover page with your logo on it for that group. So Dr. Leanne Schluter has a group called Indie Wellness Warriors. So there's a logo on her page. Now, the other thing I recommend is that you get a logo, but maybe a picture of yourself on the cover page as well. So if you have a good headshot of yourself, what I would do is I would go over to Fiverr and have somebody crop out the background, make it transparent, so it's just your head, and then give it to the, have the logo made, and then have somebody on Fiverr kind of put that all together for you, or put it together yourself. So that's the first thing. You want to have a cover page with your cool group name, right? So I have a closed group. It's called Community Guru. It's actually a secret group, and it's only for people that have purchased any of my products and people that I've worked with, that I'm doing mentoring with, where I'm teaching them how to do Facebook ads. So we've got about 103 members in that group. And right at the very top of it, I've got my logo, Community Guru. So the other thing you want to do with your group is you want to make sure, and you might not be able to see this, but this is a custom URL. So right now we're just kind of talking about creating your group, and then we're going to talk about marketing your group and managing your group and then monetizing your group. So creating your group, you're going to do Facebook. If you go into your group settings, so it's kind of like your business page. Your business page has settings on it, right? Your group page also has settings. And you can go into the settings area, and there's an area in there where you can create a custom URL. And what you want to do is you want to name it after your group. So my group, one of my groups is facebook.com/groups/propaganda marketing machine. So so if you don't create a custom URL, it's going to be facebook.com/groups/ and then like a crazy string of numbers. So we want to have a nice custom URL. So name that URL after your group. facebook.com/groups/Indie Wellness Warriors. Because we can then put that link in different areas around the interwebs and get people into our group. So that's the first thing. Next thing that you want to do is, so once we've created our group, what we want to do is we now want to start marketing our group. So how do we get people into our group? So I'm going to go over some different ways with you. The first thing, and I actually had a guy message me. He might be on here tonight. I'm not going to say who he is. A chiropractor messaged me earlier today, and he said, so I created my group. I'm excited for your webinar. I created the group, I'm assuming you're going to tell us to just start adding people to the group, like all of the people on our friends list. No, do not do that. By saying yes in the chat, how many of you hate the fact that some people add you to groups without your permission, and all of a sudden you're in this group and you're like, what the fuck am I doing in this group? Like, what is this? Comment with yes if you hate being added to groups without your permission. Yes. Just don't. Sebastian says, just don't. Tori, yes. Michael, yes. Hate it. Yes. Hate it. Yeah. Sucks ass, says Sean. I know. I hate it too. It's the worst thing ever. It's like, what is this? Like, I'm getting notifications for something I didn't even want. Like, and then you got to go like, leave the group and all that stuff like that. So do not just start going and adding people to your group. It's not like your business page. Your business page, you can invite people to like it. In a group, when you start hitting the add button and you put in their name, it adds them to the group. It does not invite them. So do not start adding people. The only people that you can add are your really, really close friends or family. Like, you can add your wife to the group or your husband. If you've got a best friend like Dr. Tabor Smith, like when I made my groups, Tabor was the first person I added to it because I knew that he wouldn't mind. So you can add some people to the group that you're like, okay, they won't mind, like, and you need to be 100%, like, you need to have a really good relationship with these people. If it's somebody that you see like 4 or 5 times a year and you don't really hang out with them all that often, don't add them to the group. So only add close friends, really close friends, and maybe some family members. That's initially to start. The second thing that you can do to market your group is you can actually make a Facebook post on your business page and then boost it. So what I would recommend you do with that is maybe make a short 30-second to 60-second video telling everybody, hey, it's Dr. Chris Burfield. I am so excited because we just did something absolutely amazing for our community. We started a Facebook group called Indie Wellness Warriors. And in this group, we're going to be teaching people how to boost their immune systems naturally, what type of, we're going to be talking about nutrition and how to have a non-anti-inflammatory diet. We're going to be talking about spinal health and how to take care of your spine so that your body can express its health at its full potential. We're going to be talking about exercise, and you can kind of go through and you can just name off some of the things that you're going to talk about and say, all you have to do is click on the link in the comments below or somewhere on this post and come join our group. And then what you do is you boost it just to your Facebook page. So don't boost it out to the community, just boost it to the people that have already liked your page. Because there are some people that liked your page initially and they wanted to see your information, but then Facebook had to go and be a jerk about it and like start filtering posts. So you've got people that want to see stuff from you, but they're just not seeing it because they never turned on notifications on page. And therefore, thanks to the filter, they're not consuming your content. So if you make a video like that, or maybe even just an image, right? You take a picture of maybe you and your whole staff holding a whiteboard or a big piece of paper that says, we started a Facebook group, and then take a picture and then just write some text. Hey, we've got exciting news. We started a Facebook group. Here's what it's about. We would love for you to come join the community. And then you boost it. So that's another way you can get people into your group. The third thing you can do is you can email your database. Email your database. So what I would recommend is that you actually do have a contest and do an email series. Do 3 emails in 1 week. I know it sounds like a lot, but trust me, it works. What you can do is take your entire email database of patients past and present, and you send an email out saying the same thing basically you're saying in your Facebook post. Hey, we've got some exciting news, and we did it just for you. We started a group. And then what you do is you go through and you explain some of the benefits of that group in that email, and then you tell them this. Anybody that joins the group in the next 5 days is going to be, between Monday and Friday, you're going to be entered into a drawing to win a $100 gift card to Whole Foods or Best Buy. I have another client of mine that actually gave away a mountain bike. So he found a bike at the store for $100 and decided he was going to raffle it off. And then what you do is you tell people on Friday at 6 p.m., we're going to go live inside that group, and we are going to announce the winner of the $100 gift card. So here's the link to the group, and you've got your group, facebook.com/groups/Indie Wellness Warriors, and you put it in your email, and you give people an opportunity from your email list to come over and join your group. That's huge. You do that, and you will literally, depending on how big your email list is, you will get hundreds of people into your group. Guaranteed. Number 4, promote groups at dinner with the doc and spinal screenings. So how many of you out there, how do you boost the post just to your page and not the public? So when you post it, there's an option in there, Natalie, that you can just boost it to, it'll have an option where people who have liked your page. So that's pretty much it. Hit the boost button and choose people that have liked your page, and then just boost it to that. How many of you, yes, in the comments? Again, type yes if you do dinner with the doc, in-office workshops, or spinal screenings. Comment with yes if you still do those. And I'll wait a second here to see how many of you are still doing those forms of marketing, which are all great forms of marketing. Yep, yes. Looks like just about everybody. In-office workshops. Okay, that's awesome, Eric. Okay. Yes, thanks, Chris. Yes, in-office workshops. Yes, office workshop. Okay, great. So here's a cool thing that I'm going to talk to you about. And there is a platform, and I'm actually going to tie this one in down here with these dinner with the docs. You can have people just open their phones. Like when you do a dinner event, you can do a raffle, right? Or do an in-office workshop, do a raffle, give away something fun, something cool. I don't know. It's, maybe it's just something as simple as a $25 gift card to Target. And what you do is you tell people at the event, so, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a raffle right now. So everybody get out your phone. And what I want you to do is I want you to go to Facebook. All right. And when you're doing this, what you want to do is you want to hold your phone. All right, everybody, get out your phone right now. I want you to open up your phone, and I want you to go to Facebook. And in the search, I want you to type in Indie Wellness Warriors. Okay, now, this is our closed group, and here's what our closed group is about. And you tell them all the benefits of that group. And then you say, here's what we're going to do. Anybody that joins the group tonight is going to be entered into a raffle at the end of the night for a $25 gift card. And we will check. So we'll draw the names, and we will check to make sure that you're a member before we give it to you. If you're not a member, then we're going to go ahead and pick the next person. So you can do something fun like that, right? But something even cooler than that is this thing right here. Promote with ManyChat. So ManyChat is a platform that allows you to market through Facebook Messenger. And it's actually really cool. There's a lot of things that you can do about it. And one of the things that you can do, and actually you guys can do this with me right now. I'll just show it with you. So get out your phone. Everybody get out their phone. Type yes in the comments if you've got your phone out. I want to know that you guys got your phone out. So type yes in the comments if you've got your phone in your hand, opened up, and go to Facebook Messenger. I want you to open up your Messenger. Type yes. Come on, everybody. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you for participating. I appreciate it. Okay, so in the upper left-hand corner of your Messenger, you're going to see a little tiny profile picture of yourself. Go ahead and click on that. And when you open that up, you're going to see this thing right here. This is your Facebook Messenger code. Go ahead and tap on that. So what it does is it makes that code bigger. Now I want you to look up here at the very top. There's two buttons. One says My Code. The other says Scan Code. Go ahead and click on Scan Code. And what it does is it opens up your camera. What you can do is you can print out that Facebook Messenger code and print it out on a piece of paper and put it on a flyer at their table. Or you can put it on a PowerPoint from across the way up on the big screen TV. And with ManyChat, which is like $10 a month for it, what you can do is you could say, here's what I want you to do. Everybody get out your phones, and you just walk them through what I just walked through with you and say, hold up your phone and scan this code, and you'll be sent a link to your Facebook Messenger where that you can click on and join our group. And then what they do is they hold it up and they put that code right here in the middle, and it scans it and it drops a link. Right, I mean, their Facebook Messenger pops open immediately, and there's a message that you can have in there that says, thanks for wanting to join our community. Here's the link. See you on the inside. And you put the link to your group. Now, here's the cool thing with it, is that once they've done that, they can go over and join your group. But now they're also subscribed to your Facebook Messenger list through ManyChat. What ManyChat is, it's kind of like an email platform, but instead of broadcasting emails out to Gmail accounts and Hotmail accounts and all that stuff like that, what it does is it can broadcast messages out to Facebook Messenger. So my buddy, Dr. Dan Sullivan, I've been helping him. He's actually a client of mine. I've been helping him build his Facebook Messenger bot or his messenger list. He's got like almost 800 people subscribed to his Facebook Messenger. And sometimes we decide that we want to deliver a free PDF to some of the people that follow him. Some of you may have received those emails or those messengers from Dan that are on here tonight. You've gotten the message that says, hey, Doc, I've got a PDF for you on whatever research article that he decided to put together or whatever newsletter it was. And we can deliver that right through Facebook Messenger. Yeah, Eric says, I get Dan's stuff. Yeah, right? So I'm the mastermind behind that. But with ManyChat, you can do that. So you can have people scan that code, and now they're on your messenger list, and that's another channel of communication. Plus, now you've got them in your group. So that's another thing that you can do. This next one, work with influencers. So there are people in your community, yoga studios, gyms, massage therapists. They've got followings. They've got people that are, you're basically kind of like your ideal client, right? People that are interested or open to, this is a bad word and I never use it again, I swear, alternative forms of healthcare. Right? I hate that. I hate that word. How many of you hate that? Oh, it's saying alternative to what? Nature, right? Say yes if I hate alternative healthcare. So, but you have those types of people that are outside of the traditional medical model, right? And they have followings of people that would maybe be ideal clients for you. So you can work with those people. And one of the things I recommend, I'm always about giving before receiving, right? I always want to give before I receive. And there's that whole law of reciprocity, right? So if somebody gives something cool to you, you want to ultimately return the favor. So what you can do is you can work with these influencers and you can say, hey, I've got a Facebook group. We've got about 250 members in it right now. These are like my most loyal, diehard fans, and I would love to introduce them to you. Would you like to do a Facebook Live event with me? Because with Facebook Live, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually, now with Facebook, you can have two people on a Facebook Live together at the same time, and you can interview them. Kind of like some of these guys do with like their podcasts, or you've seen Jim Chester and Tristan Schaub and those guys, right? Awesome guys, love them. And you can see that like they do these live events where they bring on people and they interview them. Well, with these influencers, like if you've got a guy that or a girl in your community that owns a huge ass gym, you can say, hey, I want to introduce you to my people, right? And then they do that, and then you can maybe bring them on 2 or 3 different times, right? You don't have to, it doesn't have to be, oh, I brought you on with my group, you should bring me on with yours. You don't have to bring them on 2 or 3 times, maybe talk to them, interview them about something, right? Maybe the gym guy's talking about certain core strengthening exercises that can help the spine, right? You do that, and then after you've done that a few times, then you can say, hey, you know what would be cool? Like we should do an event for your people. I've got some stuff that I could share with them. And then you get on there and you do an event, and maybe it's just to their business page. Maybe they don't necessarily have a group, but people will still see that. And then at the end, you can do a call to action to come join your group. So instead of doing a call to action of like, hey, come into my office, you do a call to action to just like, hey, come join our group. We've got an amazing community over there. As a matter of fact, Dan, the gym guy here, he's part of the group too. Come on over and join, right? We've got some great stuff. And plus, like, because your interview is going to be housed inside your group, you could tell Dan, hey, dude, if you want, why don't we just put some flyers out to your gym members, have them come over and join the group, and this way they can see your interview as well. I would love for them to see it. Oh, yeah, it's a great idea. I'll do that. I'll make up some flyers. I'll hand it out, tell them to come watch it, sort of thing, right? So you want to work with influencers. Another thing you can do is you can run Facebook ads. So I run a lot of these for clients. What I do is they're called goodwill campaigns. And medicine is all, yeah, Tyler, I'm sorry, I just broke my thought. I saw Tyler McClymon's post there, medicine is alternative, yes. But I run what are called goodwill campaigns. And in these goodwill campaigns, what I'll do is we're basically giving people tips and advice. So let's say we're trying to target people with sciatica. So what we'll do is we'll make a video that's like 2 minutes or less talking about, hey, if you've got that early morning commute to work and you've got this nagging leg pain that just doesn't go away and it's getting worse, and it's even worse when you're driving to and from work or you're traveling great distances, here's a couple of tips that you can use in your car the next time you drive to help take some stress or relief off your spine and off, help relieve that leg pain. And then you show them how you can take a towel and roll it up, or a pillow, and create like a lumbar support. So what we'll do is we'll do that and run that as a Facebook ad, and we'll capture people. Facebook has what's called a custom audience, and not to go off on a tangent on this, but they have this thing called a custom audience where you can capture people that watch a significant portion of your video. So I usually tell Facebook, anybody that watches 50% or more of this video, grab that person, put them in a custom audience so I can retarget them. And it's based on the amount of time they watch the video. So you could have 5,000 views on a video, and 4,500 of them were 3-second views, because that's what Facebook counts as a view, any video that's watched for 3 seconds. 4,500 of the 5,000 views were 3-second views. Those people aren't interested at all. But the 500 people that made it to at least 50% of the video or more, they probably have sciatica because they're watching a video on how to relieve sciatic pain. So what I'll do is I'll run this ad to capture these custom audience of people, but I also put in there, hey, if you enjoyed this tip, we've got more just like it inside our closed Facebook group. Here's the link. Come be a member of our community and elevate your health to the next level, right? So by putting that little link in the Facebook ad, because with the goodwill campaigns, initially there's no offer being made. We don't run those and say, hey, now that you got this tip, come into the office. We don't do that. We warm the audience up first, and then we retarget them with offers later on, but only after we've built a relationship with them through video. But having a little call to action to come join a Facebook group that's got a lot more tips just like this, not invasive at all. And people are very, very willing to come and do something like that because they don't, they don't have to make a big commitment sort of thing. So that'd be another thing I would do is run a Facebook ad, and in the bottom of if you're running goodwill campaigns, if you're running one of those $19, $21 deals, that ain't gonna work. Don't even think about doing it. But if you're doing goodwill campaigns, you can put a link to your group in the copy. Another thing you can do is promote internally. We talked about that, right? Doing like in-office workshops and promoting the group, but also with your patients, you can also periodically run contests. Hey, we're doing something fun in the office. We're trying to grow the group, because they'll all be members of it. All your current patients will become members of it, because when you end your report of findings, and you can even mix this in there, say, hey, as an added bonus, we're going to get you inside our Facebook group. We post tons of great content in there that's going to help you heal better. It's going to help you live a healthier life, and it's going to help you and your family elevate your health and experience life on a whole new level. So let's get you signed up for that group, or get you to join that group, and then you can have them join, right? So they're all going to be members, and what you can do is you can then leverage that. So you can have a contest inside your office that tells people, and tell people, hey, we're doing another contest. Anybody who adds at least 2 people to the group this week, we're going to, and you tell them, make sure you get permission from them. Just don't go and add them, but tell them about the group and ask them if it'd be okay if you added them to it, because you're getting a lot of value from it. And anybody that adds 2 people to the group this week, we're going to enter you into a contest to win X, right? Now, inside your group in the members area, you can see the member, and you can see who added that member. So you can go through and you can check. Or you can just have them give you the list of the 2 people that joined the group, and then you can go through and just double check to make sure that they actually are in the group. So that's another way that you could leverage to get more people in the group, is to promote it internally and do a contest. Leveraging other platforms. So on your YouTube channel, anytime you upload a video, put a little blurb at the bottom of it. Hey, come join our Facebook community. Here's our closed group. And I recommend you do, I'm saying closed group because this group is exclusive. It's not just open to the public, it's invite only. It's one of the 12 psychological triggers is exclusivity. Being part of something special, something exclusive. Not everybody gets into this group, only people that are personally invited into the group. So I don't recommend, some people say you should have a public group. When I do groups, I do them closed. And it makes people that get into that group, it makes them feel like they're part of something, like I said, something really special, right? Because they got that personal invite. So you can leverage other platforms by putting a link on your YouTube channel. In your Instagram bio, you can say, hey, come join our Facebook community, and put the link in the Instagram bio. If you go to my blog, which is vanburfmedia.com/blog, if you go over there, you will see my blog posts, and then under each blog post, I've got a little yellow button and says, hey, I would love to have you come be part of my community on Facebook, Propaganda Marketing Machine. If you enjoyed this video tip, you're gonna love the other stuff that we post in there. And then you can put it on your blog, and then people that visit your website, maybe through SEO traffic and stuff like that, they can see your blog post. And then there's a button under there that says, hey, come join our Facebook group. And they click that button, and it takes them over to Facebook, and they can request access. So that's another thing you can do. And then finally, you want to leverage group members. So you want to leverage the other members in the group. And this goes back to the same thing that you would do internally, because you're going to have people that join your group that were patients from like 5 years ago, or 20 years ago, depending on how long you've been in practice and how long they still have the same email, right? You're going to have people that you haven't seen in a while that come and join this group. Matter of fact, Dr. Dan Yachter has a group called My Family, My Mission. He's a little up over 500 members now. The group's about a month old. And Dan, when he sent out the email sequence, so I have a series of 3 emails that I put together, and they're killer. And you send them out, and what happens is people come and they join the group, and because they're inactive patients, there were people that were coming and joining that group, and no lie, saw people posting stuff like, Dr. Yachter, it has been years. I'm so glad you started this group. Another lady said, Dr. Yachter, it's been such a long time. I can't wait to start consuming your wisdom again. So this guy obviously had a strong relationship with his patients, but for whatever reason, they just fell off. You know, they fell through the holes. Something happened. Life got in the way, right? Just nothing necessarily even that Dan did like to have them fall through. They just life got in the way, and they just said, I don't got time for this right now. This is a way to reconnect with those people. It's exciting. It's real exciting. So you can leverage those people in the group. And again, going back to what you would do internally, host a contest on your Facebook page. On inside, or not your page, but your group, inside your Facebook group. Hey, we're doing a giveaway. And here's what it is. Anybody that adds at least 1 member to the group, make sure you ask them for permission before you add them. Anybody that adds 1 member is going to be entered into a raffle, or 2 members, or however you want to do it. I wouldn't make it anything like outright. I wouldn't do it. Anybody that, you know, adds 10 people, I wouldn't do anything like that. But maybe like 1 or 2 people, we're going to give away this. And it could be something as simple as like even a spinal hygiene kit. Dr. Tabor Smith sells those. You can buy them, and I actually use them in Facebook ads. What we do is we run the ads, and then part of it, because I hate giving away any type of, you know, $19 stuff. So a lot of my clients are charging like higher prices, like way higher for their exam and consultation, but we'll bundle in something like, hey, when you schedule, you'll get this spinal hygiene kit when you come in to help take care of your spine, sort of thing. And I don't do that with everybody, but I do that with some people. But you could give away a spinal hygiene kit. So you can go message Tabor Smith on Facebook and say, hey man, where can I get these spinal hygiene kits? Because that would be a really cool giveaway. Just buy like 10 of them. Let them sit around the office all year, maybe every other month, do a giveaway, something like that, and get people into the group. So that's marketing. So managing your group. So when you manage your group, a lot of people are like, man, like I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I don't have to, where am I going to find time for this? So how many of you type yes if you think you're too busy and you don't think you'll have time for it? Brooke asks, do you do ads on your business page? Yes. Yeah. Matter of fact, when you run ads, they're going to run, the ads will run through from your business page. So Eric says yes. Eric, are you the only one? Yep. Grant says, yep, too busy. Anybody else think that they're too busy to like manage a group? Yes, at times. Yes, that is a concern, Charlie. Okay, so there's a handful of you. So here's what I want you to know. Somebody said, I don't remember, it might have been Eric, it might have been Dr. Eric. Somebody said earlier, I had to go and turn off notifications on the group because I was getting too many. There's too much stuff being posted. That is a legit concern for your patients, for your group members, is just getting too much information. We are inundated with information, and it can become overwhelming. So unlike your Facebook page, where some experts say you should be posting 3 to 5 times a day sort of thing, or even once a day, you don't really have to do that with your group. You can post more. I wouldn't post any more really than once a day. But like in a lot of my groups, the two groups that I manage, I really pay a lot of attention to my community guru group. This is the group of people that have worked with me, have purchased products from me. Like I take extra special care of those people. And I post a little more often in that group, maybe 3 times a week. But that's the thing. When I post something meaningful. I don't post something just to slap it up and say, well, I need to get some exposure. I'm going to throw this up today. I'm going to put a quote up there. I'm going to post a link to this blog. You know what I mean? I try to do things that are meaningful. This way people look forward to receiving my messages. So when it comes to managing a group, one of the things that you can do is you can assign admins to your group. So you can do this with potentially staff, make a staff members, admins, and tell them, hey, I want you to post in this group maybe 3 times a week. And I want you to find something or post something meaningful in the group, right? Another thing you can do is you can actually make some of your patients admins of your group. Like Dr. Dan Yachter has this patient, I think her name is Carolyn, and I started seeing Carolyn posting stuff in the group, like all on her own. And I'm like, I said, Dan, this lady is like on fire. Like she is in love with your practice. Like, and she was posting stuff like on nutrition and exercise and, you know, stuff on chiropractic. And I was like, you need to make her an admin. And he writes me back and he goes, already done. Like he noticed it too. And he talked to her. And he was just like, hey, how would you like to be an admin of the group? And you can post up stuff. So, but I do recommend as the doctor that you do post stuff in there yourself. So if anything, if you're going to assign an admin, like a staff member, to help manage the group, I would at least post one thing from yourself inside that group per week. At least one meaningful thing. And it could be something like, it could be something as simple as like you in your kitchen, you set up, like you get one of these little tripods and you set it up, put your phone in it, set it on your countertop. Maybe you're making a green smoothie and you say, hey, it's Dr. Chris and I'm making a green smoothie today before I do this every morning before I start my day. So I just wanted to kind of make a quick video and show you guys what I put in it. People love that kind of stuff. And then you throw in your strawberries and all your greens, like, you know, your green leafy vegetables and all that stuff like that. And you just make a quick little 2-minute, 3-minute, maybe it's a Facebook Live, and you do that and boom, you're done. And they got something meaningful from the doctor that week. It could be where you just do a pre-recorded video and maybe give some sort of health tip. Like Dr. Alon Schreier and his group, the Weekly Quest for Health, he posted some tips in there for people with vertigo. He's like, look, if you have vertigo or you know somebody with vertigo, here's 3 things that you can do to help minimize the effects of vertigo. And he gave out some tips. Like one of them was like, you know, meditating, like listening to some calming, relaxing music. And I forget what the other tips were, but it could just be something like that. The video was like less than 2 minutes. So if you got 2 minutes a week, five minutes max a week to put something together and post, you can have a really successful group. And then make your staff admins or have them manage it. And that's why I say here, you know, post 2 to 3 times per week. Don't overdo it. You know, like I said, people they get pounded with information every day. So sometimes less is more. And I know we've heard that before, but it's definitely true in this case. You know, sometimes like just posting less frequent, but making it more meaningful will have a much, much, much bigger impact. And that's another thing I want to tell you too, is that it's not the number of followers or group members that you have. It is the impact that you have on the members that you have. So I've got people that started groups like 2-3 weeks ago, or not 2-3 weeks ago, 2-3 months ago, and they still have less than 200 people in their group. But man, I'll tell you, those 200 people or those 187, they are so engaged with that office, and they are commenting, liking, they're having conversations in the group. Really, really cool stuff. So again, don't be like, if you follow some of the marketing stuff that I did, just the email thing alone should put hundreds of people in your group. My average person that does that email series gets anywhere from 250 to 350 people in their group in the first week. That's just from the email series alone. And that's not even doing all the other stuff, right? So engage with group members. This is so important. So important. When people post inside your group and they leave a comment, engage with them. I mean, some of you, and I am as guilty as anybody with this, right? But I made a post the other day, and what did I ask on Facebook? I said something. Oh, I said, does anybody truly have a waiting list practice? As in, it takes 2 to 3 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks for someone to get an appointment with you. It was just a genuine question. I just wanted to know. That post had, I think, over 300 comments or something like that, or 200 comments or something. And it was just mounds of hate and people bashing each other. And granted, sometimes I get caught up in it too. But I know that if you've got time for that type of stuff, or even to sit there and read through it, because I know some of you didn't comment, but you were reading through them. If you got time to do that, you have time to engage. And I'll tell you, I learned a good lesson from my good friend Lloyd Hale. He's a local chiropractor. He owns some medical massage clinics here in the Dallas area, owns 4. And I had sat here in the living room with him last Friday, and Lloyd says this to me. He goes, man, he goes, here's how I see things on Facebook. He's like, there's a lot of people spewing a lot of hate, and there's a lot of haters out there. But man, I'm running my race. And the way I look at it is that if I'm running my race and somebody starts shouting at me and starts saying, you suck, you run like a girl, and they start shouting at me from the bleachers, and I stop and I look, I lose my race. So what do? I just run my race, man. I don't care about those people. It was a bit, it was a big lesson for me, because sometimes I get caught in it too. But the point is that if you have time to read through comments on Facebook, which I know a lot of you do, everybody does. If you have time to read through comments, you've got time to engage with your followers. So if somebody comments, just say, hey, thanks for that, or answer their question. Or, if somebody posts something positive in your group, say, wow, this totally made my day. Thank you for sharing this. Engage with them. So Dr. Lee says, will people from the group be able to see my personal profile and add me as a friend? If you post so first of all, you don't have to accept them as a friend. But yes, if you post inside your group as your personal profile instead of because you can link your business page to it. If you post as your personal profile, they will see your personal profile and potentially come over and friend request you. Let's see. And the second half of that question went away. Where'd it go? Anyway, I don't see it. Love it, man. Great. So let me go on here. We're almost done. Monetizing. How do you monetize a Facebook group? Well, I kind of alluded to it in the very beginning. So my friend, Mark, right, did a Facebook Live event and did $1.3 million in sales in 3 days of Facebook Live events to a group of 20,000. So what I recommend that you do is, so many of you are doing dinner with the doc. You're doing in-office workshops. You told me that, right? A lot of you said, yeah, I'm doing workshops in the office. You're out there doing dinners, workshops, you're doing corporate talks. Why is it any different with a Facebook group? I mean, think about this right now. I'm doing this virtually with you. I'm in my living room with an old school whiteboard, or not even white, flip chart, old school flip chart. And I'm showing you how to leverage Facebook groups, how to create, grow, manage, and monetize Facebook, all through this. And we've got 74 people captivated right now on this live webinar. This is really powerful. So what you want to do is you want to have a special Facebook Live event, and you should do one per month. Some of you do what are called advanced workshops. You do these workshops in your office. You do things like cancer killers. You do workshops on weight loss and nutrition. You do weight loss on thyroid. Like you do all these different types of things like in the office, right? You do just your normal chiropractic health talk as well. You can do that same talk, but to your Facebook audience. And what you want to do is you want to promote that event in advance the same way you would promote it in your office. If you're having a special advanced workshop or you're promoting dinner with the doc in your office and you're putting flyers up and you're making, you're sending out an email and you're, posting on your Facebook business page, right? And you're letting people know about, hey, we've got this upcoming workshop that we're doing. Here's what it's about. And you put all this effort and energy into getting people to bring guests. It's the same thing with this. What you do is if you're going to be promoting it on Facebook, you start about a week out from the day of your event. So you schedule a Facebook Live event. So Dr. Dan Yachter is doing one on Wednesday the 23rd. Dr. Chad Upchurch is doing one on Monday the 21st of May. They're both doing a workshop on weight loss, because they both have weight loss programs in their office, but they're doing a Facebook Live event. So Dan just did this workshop to his patients in the office last Tuesday, I think it was. And he's going to do that same workshop again to his group of 508 people. Because a lot of those people are not patients. 508 people. These are all individual people. I guarantee they're not all patients in the office. But what we're doing is we're promoting this. We're doing it through videos. So there's a little app called Ripple, R-I-P-L, that you can make some like slideshow type videos to promote it. We have a whole series of them that are going out this week leading up to the event. We have some Facebook Lives scheduled between now and Wednesday, where he's going to jump on there for a couple minutes and hype up the event and let people know how freaking excited he is for it. And then he's going to ask people to add friends and family to the group that you feel like could benefit from this live event. And what I love about Dan is that he told me on the phone, he goes, here's the thing, Chris, this is his first live event. He goes, if I don't get a single patient from this, I'm doing it again next month. And I'm doing it again the month after that, and the month after that, and the month after that. And he gave me his entire schedule for the rest of the year on when he wants to do Facebook Live events. So we've got, those are the Facebook Live event dates, and he's dedicated and committed. And that's what gets the job done. So many people do it one time and quit and say, oh, I did a live and I didn't get anybody from it. These groups suck. Or, these Facebook ads don't work because you did it one time and it didn't work. Don't be that person. This stuff, if you do this and you're consistent with it, consistency is the key. Consistency is what keeps the engine going. Chugga, 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 chugga. Hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo! Give me a hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo! In the comments. That's what keeps it going. Consistency. Yes, Eric. Woo! Yes. So do these Facebook Live events, and what you want to do is you want to promote them. You can promote them internally in your office and let patients know, hey, we're going live on Facebook on Wednesday, May 23rd at 6:30 p.m. Here's what we're promoting. Here's what we're doing. Here's what you're going to learn. And you post that stuff inside the group, and you build the hype, and you get people excited and make them want to attend. What I would recommend you do on your live is go get an old school flip chart just like this instead of a PowerPoint slide. Do you know why? Because you can do PowerPoints actually on Facebook, right? So you can load your slide or share your screen and do a presentation like that, I don't recommend that. Do you know why? Because they can't see you. They can't see you if you have a slideshow. Would you be like right now, like I can move around, right? I can move around. I can shake my hands. I can get excited, and they can feel the passion and the energy coming from you. That's what's going to get people in the door, is them being able to hear you, see you, feel your passion, not sitting behind a slideshow. This is why one of the reasons I wanted to do the whiteboard, the flip chart tonight, because I wanted to be able to move around and not sit at a desk. Whew, man, I'm excited. So this is how you monetize your group. And then what you do is at the end of your live, guess what you do? You do a call to action. Hey, everybody, thanks for attending here tonight. I've got a special gift just for you. And you go through your close however you would normally do it. And you tell people, I've got my staff on standby for the next 60 minutes, the next hour, the next 30 minutes, the next 20 minutes, whatever you want to say or do. Create that urgency and tell them, so exam, consultation, x-rays for X amount of dollars, and that offer is only good for the next 30 minutes. So go ahead and call the office right now. I've got my staff on standby. They will take your call and they will get you scheduled so we can get you in and get your spine and nervous system checked and get you back on the road to living a better quality of life. So that's how you do that, right? So Brian, I found that the text is reversed on my Facebook Lives. Any way to change that? Yes. So here's what you do, Brian. Instead of filming in selfie mode, you film from this end. You won't be able to see yourself, but you just go ahead and set it up ahead of time. That's my wife, by the way, just in case you're wondering why I have some hot chick on my phone. Anyway, but yeah, you flip your phone around, put up a tripod, and you flip your phone around, and that's how you keep the text from being reversed. I made that exact same mistake back in December when I did my Facebook Live for the first time and did the 15,000 in sales. So that's how you fix that issue. Again, you won't be able to see yourself, but if you set it up and you have somebody checking it, say, hey, okay, or have like, your wife or somebody or one of your kids come stand where you're going to be standing, and then you just check it on your end and make sure that there's plenty of wiggle room, right? So, all right, so here's what I've got for you guys tonight. So before we end, we still have 72 people on here. I actually have a product that I put together, but before I tell you anything about it, I just want to get your permission. Do I have your permission to tell you about my Facebook group supremacy product tonight? And I have a very, very, very special offer for you. What's your call to action? The call to action on the ads, Eric, or on the group lives, or what's my upcoming call to action? Tabor says yes. Michael, yes. Rick says yes. Tyler says yes. Awesome. Okay, cool, guys. So here's what I want to do. Preach on. Sure. Awesome. Okay, so here's what I've done. I've put together a whole course on this. All this stuff that I talked about, I go into it in great detail. I give you the entire email sequences. The one that I said will get 250 to 350 or 350 people in your Facebook group in the next 7 days. That I go through how to align yourself with influencers. I go over ManyChat. I have an entire tutorial that I've put together that shows you how to use what is basically a QR code. I show you how to set that up so that it's automated, so that when people scan it, it automatically dumps the link right into their Facebook Messenger. And then I have some tutorials on how you can use Facebook Messenger in your marketing as well. So I've got that. I've got ad copy that I'm going to be sharing with you that you can put in any type of Facebook ad that you run that has the call to action to come join your group. And, basically, if we go back to this right here. Whoa. So all this stuff right here, the email sequences, how to boost a post to your business page, promoting with ManyChat, promoting internally. I've got some flyers and stuff that I've put together that you can promote it internally as well. How to leverage other platforms, leveraging group members, because I just kind of scratched the surface on the other platforms. Like, this is a really powerful strategy, but I put all this together in a course called Facebook Group Supremacy. And you can, and the whole course will take you maybe like, one of the biggest complaints that I see people make about buying courses is that there's so much information. And recently I just came off a product launch for my Masters of Propaganda product. And I had several people email me and say, hey man, I'm interested, but it just looks really overwhelming. So I was very conscious of that this go around. And I made sure everything was super streamlined. And it should take you maybe only a total of 2 hours to go through the entire course and start implementing it. But I have everything completely done for you so that you can grow, create, grow, manage, and monetize your Facebook group. I show you how to make those promotional videos to promote your upcoming live events and all that. And here's the thing is that I put this course together, and over the last couple of weeks, there have been some changes that needed to take place. So I need to go back and actually redo some of the tutorials. But because of that, I'm going to give you guys a huge discount on it tonight, just because I've got to go back and fix a couple of things on it. So I was going to charge, or I'm going to charge $497 for this course, but you can get it tonight for $250. So $250, or you can do 3 payments of $99, and you can get the Facebook ad or Facebook Group Supremacy product. And I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen for you right now. So let me go to file sharing videos. Give me 1 second here. Offers. There we go. I'm going to put this on the screen for you, and you'll see it right there. If you click on that, it's going to take you over to the website, and you can pick the product up there. So what I'm going to do is, by next Wednesday, the 23rd, when you buy this product tonight, I will have it delivered to you on or before next Wednesday. And if I do not get it delivered to you by Wednesday, you're going to get a full refund, and I'm going to give you the entire course for free. So I've got about 3 or 4 different changes I got to make in that course to make it better. And if you go ahead and you go over to the website right now, you can pick it up. So just know that when you get over there and you make your purchase, that you're not going to get access to it right now. You'll get access to it before or on next Wednesday. So does anybody have any questions? So let me just answer. If anybody has any questions out there, I would love to answer them for you. So again, it's gonna be priced at $497, but you're gonna get it for $250 or 3 payments of $99 if you want to do a payment option with it. The payment options are on the website. But does anybody have any questions for me before we go? I want to make sure I get them answered for you. Did you guys enjoy tonight, by the way? Can you type yes if you found this information really valuable? I came in late. I can see this again. Yeah, Thomas, yes. You'll definitely want to watch it. You'll definitely want to watch it. It is powerful. Awesome. So you guys did find this really valuable. That is fantastic. I would love to see you guys create groups and make a huge impact in your community. And literally 12 months from now, have thousands of people in your community in your Facebook group. And that's the other thing too. So inside the course, I actually have 100 different group names that you can choose from if you so choose, and that's not going to pull down. It's all sticky up there. But your group names, I've included 100 different names that you could kind of pick and choose from, or at least get some of the juices flowing on what you could call your group. I show you how to use Fiverr to get a logo made, how to create your cover photo, and all that stuff as well. Natalie says, if we purchase Community Guru, Is there an additional info that was included in there? So Natalie, there is actually, this is a completely different course than the Community Guru. I do have a little section in there on Facebook, Facebook groups, but not as detailed as this. This is really, really detailed stuff. So Grant says, how much time will my team spend in group each week to make it effective? I mean, literally like making like 2 to 3 posts per week and just engaging or commenting with people when they leave comments or they ask questions. Your staff, so if you make them admins, they will get notifications when people comment. I guarantee that they're on Facebook at home in the evening. And the cool thing about the group is it's not like, it doesn't feel businessy. It just feels like part of the group. Like it doesn't feel like or part of like everyday life. It doesn't feel like you have to, oh, I got to respond to this person, right? Because the group is super cool. Because that's the other thing too. You want to lay down ground rules in your group. So when you create your group, you either can post an image of yourself and lay down the ground rules and pin it to the top of the group, or make a video that says, hey, look, I just wanted to first of all say thank you for joining our community. We're so excited that you're here. I just wanted to kind of lay down a few ground rules so you understand what's accepted and what's not accepted in this group. So what is accepted is positivity, building friendships and relationships with people. And then, you know, you can tell them, you know, if you have great content that you want to contribute, just ask the admins first if you can contribute that content. We'll take a look at it. And then if we approve it, you can post it. What's not accepted is trolling and spamming. So if you're going to come in here and you're going to be negative and you're going to start fights with people and you're going to troll, I have a 0 tolerance policy on that, and you will be removed from the group immediately. If you spam links in here, so if you post something to, like, you know, the upcoming rave in town or whatever's going on, right? Or the circus is here, whatever it is, if you post links and what we consider spam, you will receive 1 warning, and the second time you do it, you will be removed from the group. So we don't promote products and services in here unless they have admin approval. So you would want to do that. But the reason I say that is that if your staff is managing this group, the group is just filled with super cool people. And they actually won't mind if somebody posts something in there or asks a question. They can just get in there and respond, and they're sitting on the couch at home probably watching Dancing with the Stars anyway. So if they get a notification, they're already playing on Facebook. So just make sure that you paint it the picture of like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really exciting, you know, and then let them know that if people respond, they can either, you know, and you don't have to feel the need to respond right away. So if you're at home at night and somebody says something and you don't feel the need, you can respond the next day. Like I do that all the time. I can't get the link to work. Sounds good, Terry. How much time? Let's see. We purchased Community Guru. Okay, so Terry says, I can't get the link to work. Okay, Terry, so what I'm going to do is I will be sending an email out in the morning with the link to it. Or maybe I can, are you on Facebook, Terry? I can message you on Facebook maybe, and I'll send you the link. Anybody else having trouble with the link? If you comment with yes, if you can't get the link to, like, if you can't click over to check out the product. Any other questions? And then we'll finish up. Man, I really appreciate you guys hanging with me tonight. I know it's 9:30, so we've been on here for an hour and a half already. All right, cool. So Terry, if you want, email me at chris@chrisburfield.com. Let me put this in the chat for you. chris@chrisburfield.com. Send me an email saying I couldn't get the link to work, and I'll send you an email back with the link. Oh, and that's the other thing too, real quick, I almost forgot. When you buy this product, you're going to get added to my secret group, which is called Community Guru. There's like 103 people in there right now. you're going to get, so that group, you can ask some of the people that are on here in that group, like I post some really, really, really valuable information inside that group. Like, I mean, it's like insider stuff, right? Like it's like everything from, like I post stuff in there on Facebook ads. I post things on internal marketing. There's a lot of really good things. I show you different types of ads that I run, that I'm running, that are working, other ones that I'm testing. So you kind of get an inside look at some of that, but you'll get added to that group. Anybody that purchases a product from me gets added to Community Guru. And that's a place where you can ask questions. So you can ask questions and I will answer them. And then other group members are in there that you can bounce ideas off of as well. So awesome. Yeah, see, Tyler says he's not joking. See, Tyler's part of Community Guru. He bought the Masters of Propaganda last month and has been in that group. So Tyler started a group called Spinal Hygiene Community, which is awesome. And he does an amazing job at teaching people in his community about spinal hygiene inside that group. So, all right, guys, well, I'm going to close up. No, it doesn't look like there's any more questions. And if you need me for anything, just message me on Facebook. Most of us, we're friends on there. If we're not, send me a friend request. I'd love to connect with you. In the meantime, I'll catch you on the flip side.